They don't understand that limestone building, that holds the cool.
But in the summertime, she doesn't have it on 58. She
Now it's blue. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Technology has
Oh,
helped us.
wait.
Button.
Stuff is on top of it. All right. So I request approval of the December minutes.
Make a motion to approve the December minutes.
My second, any questions?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
As for approval of the December treasury report.
That is tabled.
We didn't get that yet. Election of officers.
I make a motion to keep them the same. I don't want to take your
Yeah.
reading your whereas fun away from you.
Yeah. That's, if you guys want to do that, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Do we need to vote on that or just? Okay.
That's interchanging, or it's not a. Intern.
Department reports, police.
Back from surgery, that'll be tonight. We did talk about town ordinances for about 2 hours the other day, went through all the police ones. Had issues, several of them, but I'll let him get into that. That's gonna be part of that work session that we asked for. Some of them, they're just completely not enforceable anymore. So did the town ever tow vehicles? Did you guys ever had a tow truck?
No,
Because you guys.
we've had them towed, but we don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have an ordinance that's written as if you have a tow truck. You guys have the tow truck.
Yeah.
And the police department will tow it because you've actually set daily fees and storage fees.
I don't know about that one.
This is something, that's one that we earmarked to go over, but besides that, nothing. FTO program I know is being written right now for Galarza since he's a new hire again. He's going through that still. Well,
Fire department.
Air compressor, I'll get out of the building this week. I'm gonna be in town with the door company for the fire station a couple days this week, so I'll try to get it out this Thursday or Friday. The coursing issue with the alarm panel, we know is still a problem. I think we need to, obviously that's in the process of getting fixed, but I do think we need to figure out a way for that to actually call out.
It's something we
In
need
case
to
of
talk
it-
to
if
Shane
an
about
alarm
too.
going off.
Sometime.
It needs to call, I think it needs to call 911. In the event that somebody that receives that email is not in town and they would come check on it right away. Thinks it's just a malfunction like it has been in the past 87 times or whatever was had it.
new box out there. Is that not?
I have no idea. Right now, it just sends an email to a couple people.
Me and Lois get them all the time.
I ran that line.
Zone 2, that's it.
I just hate to see it, cry wolf scenario to where
Right.
it's that same old stinking zone again, and there's actually something active here. It's quadrupled in size by the time we figure it out.
Right.
And then also, the AED subject, we did, get those AEDs. We'll put them in service this month. And so I will take to the membership at our February business meeting, which should be February 2nd. I'll make a motion to donate 2 of those to the community center. So you guys can hang them in your couple of your common areas wherever you feel best, whether it's one in here, one in the cafeteria, gym area, whatever you think there. They'll just need to have pads and stuff like that you guys will have to take care of that. So
Okay. Maybe it's something we can work out when you have yours checked. We can get these done at the same time. So that,
yeah, I mean, if you need to order them, there's no reason why we can't order them. When I order them up there and then you guys just got to check for them.
Okay.
Because I have a supply company for that. I get them through anyway. So
Alright.
other than that, that's all I had.
Park.
Tuesday is our park board meeting. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to get all the Christmas decorations done.
I will have to say, whoever moved them around and got it all set up, it looked good. And then the trees in there, but, I know I went over a couple times plugging in the snowman on the wall. It's like there's no power. So I don't know if the power was turned on and then the switch wasn't turned on in the breaker box at the pole. I didn't even think about checking that. Or if there's just the unit wasn't turned on altogether. I don't know. Because everything that was plugged in around the wall, nothing worked.
Right. I don't
So,
know.
but it,
I thought it was the,
after the fact and everything just had up and moved around, it looked good. I liked it, yeah.
but they're gonna come down tomorrow.
Debbie, did we change from 6:30 to 6?
We did. Did we go back to 6? Did we leave it at 6:30?
The minutes when I read them today said 6.
I'm gonna say, I thought that's what I heard you guys talking down there.
It's gonna go to 6.
Since the store started closing at
Yes.
4.
That's right. That's right, because it was 6:30. You guys accommodated my schedule. Now it's going back to 6.
And that starts next Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Still at the shelter house?
Yes.
Community center. I wish you got anything for us on that one? Have we had any rentals?
Not any new rental.
No?
The photographer left.
Oh, she did?
Lois, do you charge a standard fee for rentals for that site? You want to put that on the website so they can do that online?
It's it's $100 for 4 hours.
It'd just be to collect the money. So
You talking about like for the community center part or the
you would
rooms?
still do
All the
like negotiate like when and if it's available, but instead of doing,
The first of the month, most people, when it.
that's what I'm saying, they could just, instead of, you would still communicate with them, but they could go on the website and pay. It goes straight to the bank. There'd be no checks to cash and nothing.
Is that how you're setting it up?
That's all that's been.
Well, that's me.
Well, it's going to be there's going to be a pay thing on the website. So people
Yeah, I
can pay
think it's
ordinances.
Yeah.
It's going to be an option.
You know, but that's later when you do that.
Is there a standard price though, or is it different for room you said?
The rooms upstairs, 250. Whitney is 250. Him is 400. And nothing was ever established for the,
Still varies.
That's what was paid by Eden.
but before,
And then we can list the price also for rental for the community center.
That's what I was really talking about.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible deal.
That kind of stuff is like, it's $100 for 4 hours, but we charge 150. And you get the $50 back as your cleaning damage deposit type thing.
that's the same with the gym rental.
Yeah.
It's a deposit.
All right. Nothing else? Move on to old business, selling the LaSure lot on Main Street. Well,
We have had a
got an
Darla
email that
sighting.
started out today from Darla. And she was asking questions on different things on the LaSure lot. Checking to see if there's a way around getting the 2 appraisals that's required by IC code. She found a small town in Indiana that was exempt in doing this up by Marion County. So she thought that if there's one, there should be others. However, she wrote back eventually and said she could not find anything. And I didn't print that one email out there at the very last of the day, and I should have, but anyway, it was, she knows someone local that, because we're required to get 2. She knows somebody that's, I don't know if they're an attorney or if they work in some title company. I think it might have been a title company that is willing to help her out, that's worked with her on stuff that can do one for us. They're not allowed to do both of them. We would have to get the other one. She said probably looking at $400 to $600 that we can get it done for.
What are you reading here?
The LaSure lot, if we go to sell it, we have to get 2 appraisals. And then at that point, then it would go up for bid. We would set a bid, a minimum, and can have the right to reject if they don't meet that price. The other thing, and an easier way around this, per the state, is that if an adjoining property owner wants to buy it, then you don't have to go through that appraisal process. They can buy it. Because I'd said to her, I said, if we're not going to get anyone, and I don't know if, I know the ones that's in the Flynn's place is not interested in it. I don't know about the people in the church. I never talked to them, so I don't know. But if we can't and we have to go through all that, I mean, the other option is, what we were saying is that there's no parking in town, make it a parking lot and forget it and let it go and we just keep it.
Is that zoned residential or commercial, that lot? I know there was
Residential.
town with some of them that were wrong.
Yeah.
It is residential.
So that's where we're at on the LaSure lot. She said she would just hold off till we told her what we wanted her to do. Is if she wanted to go ahead and get the appraisals, then she's willing to start working on that. So that's where we're at on that. And we'll have to do a vote, and I think she stated that we have to have a resolution on it as well to set that up.
Doesn't that slow quite a bit back of it though?
Mhm.
So we're really trying to build something on there.
I don't think it would be easy, but of course there was a house there at one time, way back. But there's,
Size yard is downhill.
what was then and what is required now and what they approve is totally different. So you're looking at probably a tiny home being on there or a mobile home or something to that effect versus big house. Anyway, so that's where we're at on that one.
That's on sewer, right? There's already existing sewer to that lot.
No,
No.
no, there was nobody.
There's nothing there.
When sewer came through,
Okay.
so they did not put something there unless you,
The line is there by it where
So they'd
they
have
can
to do-
tap into it,
whatever
but
they
they'd
put
have
on,
to
they'd
pay
have
a
to
full
put
hookup.
put the tank in.
Sewer.
So that's something we'll have to consider or decide on what we want to do, and I'll get more information from her so that we can proceed, I guess, with our February meeting to get it done. Moving on to the road repairs, 8248 Main update. Talked to Trent. He sent another email. He was hoping to have all the prices back by yesterday afternoon, and he hasn't gotten a couple of them yet. He's writing up the total cost of what it'll be to run that whole thing through there. He apologized to us for not getting it sooner. He'd been sick, had other family members sick. Then they had vacation with the holidays hit. So he's now back in the office and getting things caught up. So he's working on that, and hopefully that'll get here in the next couple of days. I'll send it to all of you, and then we can decide what we want to do. The big one. Taylor property update. So Darla had sent an email to me and asked, because she'd gotten Leah's email, and she said, explain to me, what do you mean by it's piling up? How bad? And is there anyone living there? So I explained to her that trash is back out of control again. There's trailers without wheels that's been brought in place of the property. The neighbors complained and spoken with the county, and the county advised by legal, or saying that county legal and planning are done, that they've spent their money on the cleanup. We did find out that they're still under that health order, so that's our next step that we can proceed with them to work on.
Are they going to repost that? I think that me and Brett vaguely talked about that, briefly talked about that. It's not condemned.
No, not yet.
They need to-
Well,
It's it's, well, they used the word livable is how he told her, yeah, but inhabitable.
But they'll live.
She's willing to look into condemnation. She's never done that, but she will research it to do if that's what the board wants to do. And if so, and we vote on it, then Leah has to send her an email to state that we agreed to have this done. She suggested, as well as she said she would, but she suggested that we start back with the health department again to see what they're willing to step in and help with. She wanted to know if anybody was living there. Said yes. Explained to her on what happened on the last incident when y'all went down there and one went to jail. She had some concerns for the town, looking out for the town as far as if it's condemned, you do know that you're responsible for paying for the cleanup. I said, we understand that, and if we have, we'll find the money somewhere. However, we've also had one other person step up and say, if you get it, I would buy it from you and I'll clean it. So that eased a lot of it right there.
What's that?
Burning it down.
Ooh.
Say that.
It just depends on the structure itself, right? It depends on the shape it's in now. If it's safe for guys to even go in and do evolutions or not, right there. I mean, there'd be permits have to be
Yeah.
got from the state, asbestos samples for insulation and stuff like that has to be sent off and make sure it's not guys that has asbestos in it. And then the floors aren't structurally sound anyway. I'm not gonna send my guys in to do it. Just take a chance of getting hurt. If it is safe, yeah, I mean, I don't care. We could look at something like that, but if it's not, it's probably gonna be a demolition type thing. I would say, yeah, I'd say as many times as that thing's been half underwater over the years, it's probably not the most structurally sound building.
I don't know if it's cheaper to tear a building down or pick up the rubble as well. Yeah.
She did ask about the Rayleigh property, and I told her that Biddle had bought that. and that's being cleaned up. I don't know how far along it is.
Really?
Uh,
It's just overgrown, but it's pretty.
Okay. So anyway, that's where we're at with that one, and that, she stated that, again, the board would have to decide if they want to proceed with the condemning aspect of it, that she'll start looking into it, but again, she would need an email to say that we've authorized her to do that.
So the non-livable, looked at it when it happened, it is a crime.
They did tell us that, it's a Class C misdemeanor.
Again, I would ask that you guys reach out to the prosecutor, see if that's something they would even entertain. Or we would even entertain it. It needs to be posted again. It's been well over a year.
I mean, county legal says it's still active, so that's all I need to hear.
But he was arrested for something much more serious last time. Let go.
We could check with the health department to see if they, I mean, once they go, if they go to post it, if he's there, it's gonna take one of you guys to be with them.
Yeah.
And two, then he's gonna rip it down as soon as you're gone.
Yeah. It's just a piece of paper.
But if it goes up and a picture's taken, at least we'll have some kind of proof to show that way. I think it would be, more for you or Brent to contact the prosecutor. I think it needs to come from you to say, hey, here's where we're at. Here's what the council is wanting to do and what they've been advised by the attorney. Is this something that you would go on?
Yeah, well, me and Brent were talking about it. We're just worried about.
I mean, I'm not looking at somebody to get arrested, but it's there for that reason.
Maybe the visual of it, a little bit selective enforcement. So that's why we were talking about it might look a little better for the town to reach out. So it's not the police department targeting one property. Because that's exactly what he's accused us of. And
Oh, yeah.
me and Brent are not here for the start of that. So it's definitely not what we're doing.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe that's something we can talk about in that work session as well. Because that actually kind of ties into some of the ordinances as well, like the noise ordinance, for example, which is one thing that Wes brought up.
Right.
He can't get into it. He says the internet where he's at is not fast enough to get on, so he's not going to be joining.
I know he said that, he's letting them use electric, but his bill's going between $200 and $300 a month, and he don't want to keep paying that, but yet if he unhooks it, then they're running a generator. And so, I mean, I don't want this dragging on for another 6 months. I want it done. So we're going to get together. We're going to work on it. We're going to get things going. It's becoming ridiculous at this point. I'll let you talk on the next one, the stormwater fee discussion and rates, if you've got anything. I know Darla did ask about it. She said, is this something the county wants you to do? And I explained to her, no, this was something that you'd looked into, talked with the county, and we were the only ones that hadn't raised.
And what'd she say about that?
That she didn't. After that, that was just letting her know.
Yeah, basically it's just, we've never raised the rates in the whole 13 years that we've had that fund. So it's just something that has to be done
What date's that set for?
this Thursday.
8th?
It's on your agenda.
Oh, I see. I'm looking up here.
But it's not like a significant raise per se. I mean, we're still lower than Ellisville pays and lower than what the county's rate currently is, so. But it costs money to make upgrades and repairs, and we've not done enough of that, I feel like, and since we've had that fund.
So how many meetings do we have to have, dude? Is it just the one, or do we have to have two?
I think it's just at least the one. Here's the ordinance. Made subject of at least one public hearing held by the board. So this won't even go into effect until January of next year, so.
So I thought there was something, if we did it in January, it would take effect in the fall.
I thought it was 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought too, but then Lois explained it was like the tax cycle. That it had to go from like,
You can double check it.
yeah, I'll reach out to, whatever her name is in the stormwater department I've been talking to. Can't think of it right off the top
Or
of
you
my
could
head.
even check with, Bree Gregory.
Yeah, I sent her an email about who is delinquent on their stormwater fee, so we can go with another route, but I haven't heard nothing from her yet, so I'll probably reach back out to her again tomorrow, see where things are at.
All right, yep. Move on to new business. Light on the side of the park shelter house.
What are you talking about?
There used to be a main light on the side of the shelter that's
Which stuff?
towards Randy's house. It'd be on that side. So if you're looking at the shelter on the right hand side, yeah, the bathroom side. And it's not working. Or it was taken off when it was sighted, one of the two. I don't know which, but it's black down there. And you have a lot of people that like to gather up around there and,
Can you toasters?
well, then, yeah, they, or plug it in their phones and, things are going to get vandalized eventually. So I think it'd be a good idea for a light to go back on the park and light that side up because it's pretty dark. And that's something you guys need to discuss next Tuesday. But I don't know how well off your funds are. I'm sure it wouldn't take much. Then I'm thinking we probably could afford a light at the park. And you guys talk it over and see what you think.
Probably take one off the fire station.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And then the next one I was going to say something and Kim beat me to it, so I'm glad she did, but I seconded her motion. The driving on the sidewalks. We have a resident up here close to the fire station who decides that they are going to go over the sidewalk to park in their yard on a daily basis. And the sidewalks aren't the greatest and we don't need them tore up any more than what they are. So,
I'm thinking there's other people that do that.
yeah,
Isn't
we
the-
gave
House
next to Butch.
next to the store. Also,
Well,
they're driving over
that's
sidewalk,
the
using
one-
Another driveway.
That's the one that we had to give clearance to.
Mhm.
For them to be able to be off the street since we made that all no parking on that side. But the town had talked probably a year and a half ago or more, well, it'd be longer, of having that sidewalk redone, but having it cut so that it's got
Like
the
an
actual
apron.
drive into,
Yeah.
and you're not driving on a sidewalk.
So you're talking Sergey's old house.
Yes, yes. They've got the ability to pull to the back of their house and park. Just like Butch has the ability to pull and park by his garage out of the way.
George said they got that blocked off again, the alley.
I've heard that complaint.
Now,
So they got posts
That's,
dug in the ground.
that's been an issue for a lot of years. That whole
in the alley, there's posts. Well,
I've not been there. That's
You,
what
you
we-
either option, you got a couple options there with, I think, to remedy that situation. Either one, you gotta shut down that alley and make it not an alley anymore, or you need to make it through like it used to be and gravel it and maintain it.
I mean, if he wants, whoever's blocking it off, if they want to block it off, we'll close the alley and sell them the land.
I mean, I think that's your only two options, because even before they moved in, it was a problem with Butch and the people that lived there before that,
mhm.
right?
Yep.
So,
Well, I don't know if we can physically shut it, because I think there's utilities that run through there. So you can't build on it.
I mean, that either passes through to,
And then if you have
Yes.
the lane on Easton
Or
Street, if that road part is closed off for some reason, and you have, I'm gonna say you need police or fire back there, an ambulance, the only other way is between those two residents straight back.
that's, remember, we had that issue before when they shut that intersection down to put all the pavers in that intersection.
Yep.
And that was when that big issue started with it. Because Jerry Carter said that there's part of an alley that comes between him and
Mhm.
those houses, but there's no way you can come in and turn a 90 with the fire truck and get
No,
down through
no,
there.
no.
So it has to be left as a pass through.
Is there something you can do about that, Shane?
I'd have to look at that as an actual,
It's an actual alley,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
a lot of those have GIS is not the end all be all. That's all I got to go off of unless there's plat maps somewhere.
And he's got all the old plat maps. I've had him retrace stuff before in these towns, so
Yeah, it's an actual alley.
because GIS is not.
Rental or did somebody buy it?
I'm not sure if somebody bought it or not. I know he had it for sale. I don't know if it did sell or if he ended up having to turn around and just rent. I have
I
no
think they bought
clue.
it.
I don't even know who the people are that live there.
And we know this isn't accurate as far as fault lines, but it'll tell us ownership.
Well, I'm
that address is
all in
changed.
favor of keeping it open. Cause that's the only other way back there if something should happen. I mean, you've not only got those two houses back there, you've got that trailer at the end there that's on Easton, and then you've got Kim. So if it's blocked off down here on Miller, you're not getting to Kim. So there's 4 residences right there that would have
If it was-
zero access.
I'm spitballing. Don't quote me on this. If it was a car, I think that's pretty easy. If I verify it's actually an alley, just be blocking the roadway, and that could actually potentially be an immediate tow. But if they physically put something in the alley, like a post or something like that, I think you're gonna have to take civil action against them. Even take it for a post in the alley.
No, I'm thinking if we give one notification that says, and we've got proof of it, that, hey, this is an alleyway, there's nothing to be in here, if there's something there, then it needs to be removed.
Yeah.
Give them the chance to get it out. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know, type thing,
When you
whatever.
find the address, can you
But,
tell me what the address is?
I don't know, like I said, Butch said they used to have some metal stakes in there. He went out and pulled them up because he couldn't get his car back behind his house.
7931 West Main Street.
I don't know, I've not been.
Well, I know that there's parking behind the house. There always has been a parking spot back there, big enough for 2 cars,
Kincaid,
like,
A
back there.
and Gunderman, Emily Gunderman and Cameron Kincaid.
Not the last girl that was living there, so they must. have
No, they bought it from Sergey and
There you go. There's your answer.
before. Like they bought it.
Well, I say, since we got their name and their address, we have Darla send them a letter. And if Shane can go get a picture, preferably tonight, of the post.
What IC code that violated.
I ain't worried about the IC code. If it's blocking an alley, we can get to, surely Darla can write a letter stating, hey, you got to remove the post or we're gonna take action on
I don't
you.
know what I can do. I can take.
You can take a picture of it and that way we can send the picture to Darla to go with the letter.
But the driving over the sidewalk,
Kind of see the.
we just want to send a letter from the town.
Well, first off, is that an ordinance we have to establish that you are not allowed to drive over a sidewalk? Or is there an IC code that says you can't be driving?
IC code says leaving the roadway. So if I witnessed it, I can just like them on leaving the roadway.
So that's what we'll do.
I didn't know if we could do it as I know this sounds stupid, but as a neighborly type thing that says, hey, that we're requesting you don't drive across the sidewalk. You have parking available behind your residence. Please use that. You know, driving over them is going to end up tearing the sidewalk up. So please refrain from doing that and see
That's
what
probably
happens.
The better way to go if you're being a new resident.
Yeah, and see what that does. And then,
Is it leaving the roadway one? It's gonna be like a $200 ticket. So, just have to take it. It's gonna be a
Right.
ticket.
Not always make
Little
friends.
alleyway,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So.
I mean, I could go down with the gift basket, you know, and agree.
Construction wise.
This-
That's gonna be.
But,
What the people went back here for some reason.
But I think that'd probably be the better way to do it.
We need to check with the county.
Yeah, because then if
Actual
If
alley.
they
from
do
the-
it or
from
they
Main
don't do
Deed.
it, then I'm not gonna feel so bad once they get the other. And it says the alleyway is not, but we're not just looking at those people, whoever you said they were. We're gonna have the same issue with Butch.
And Molly,
Oh?
Molly, you were commenting about her fence being in the alleyway. She wants to build it taller.
As long as she brings it over to her house and she wants to hide her backyard, I don't care.
Just talking about being blocking the alleys.
Yeah, but no, I mean, Butch will complain too because he don't want that alleyway to be open. The big thing was is because the gentleman that was in the back had wreckers or something at the time.
Yeah.
And he was on call going in and out. We had to have a way to get in and out. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So are we just sending them a letter
I
about
think
the,
send them a letter to say, hey, we're requesting you please do not drive over the sidewalk. That destroys the property, you know, and blah, 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 blah type thing.
what we're
As a
gonna do about
neighborly thing.
putting the post in the alleys and?
That, then once he gets the pictures to find out if it's true, then we can get that also sent to Darla to have her drop the official letter about this is an alleyway and it's to remain open, so there's no parking in it.
We'll go with path least resistance. I mean, if I go out there, it might be a little dark to be walking between houses, right? You know?
Yeah.
But,
Now,
but you just catch them and just say, hey, do you know this is still an alley? Maybe like, oh no, I thought it was my driveway. Might be the solution right there. Just talk to them. Want to try that before she gets.
Well, I'd like to know if there's something that's been, if there's posts in the alleyway.
Yeah. Or what if it's just those like, she said you pull them out. That might just be those like, you put them in like their gardens, or like garden dividers. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. He just said at first it was like the metal post,
Yeah.
just mold.
When he first said that, I'm picturing a fence post.
Yeah.
He said he pulled it out. I'm thinking those little garden dividers.
And then he said, when he pulled those out, then they came back with wooden posts.
I'll look at it.
I think also one of the issues we had with that before when we addressed that was the basketball goal there. I believe it's
Probably somewhere in that alleyway or out in, impeding some portion of that. It's kind of, it runs kind of tight to his draw behind his house, so that may be a go to the county and figure out where that alley actually lays, where you have to do some measurements off people's stuff. Figure it out where it's actually supposed to sit, what's actually impeding and not impeding.
plot markers in this county.
Yeah.
Used to be. Used to be. All right. So we're at the portion of open for public comment. And
I got it.
I don't see anything. Ishmael's on there. Well, hey, G. All right, well, then I have one thing that, I keep getting messages sent to me and so I promised that I would take care of it tonight, which was brought up a few months ago, and then it was just dropped. A large tree at Pokes Run. It's leaning towards the Worthens, but it's on the opposite side of Pokes Run. I don't know who's responsible. I really don't, because the way everything is over the years and shifted and ground, and if it's in the creek area, then it's clearly the town's problem, but it's up here. It could be the new folks that live in Greco's place, whatever. I would just like to propose we get a quote on what it's going to cost to have it cut and just get it done and make them all happy, and it's over with. One big tree. I know I would have been nervous with this last major windstorm that went through, because I get a little worried at mine because I have one that leans, but I don't know what you want to do, but
Where's that accident?
it's
Railroad Street.
Railroad Street. Do you know where Greco lived? It was like the barn looking house.
It's
So you're,
behind-
before you go across where the old railroad tracks is, you turn to the left to go towards the senior housing. Behind the old gas station, that barn house there, that's Greco's old place. And then the next house is Worthens, and it's the creek that runs between there.
According to the lines and the way
It's like
this
a
picture
ditch.
looks, it looks like it's on that property.
It's what?
It looks like it's on that property according to the way the lines look, but you can't guarantee that the lines are right with GIS.
On the Greco side? Yeah, so I thought.
Just judging off this picture, I mean, it's hard to tell, but
Well, I'll make a motion, we get a quote or two to have it cut down then.
I'll second it. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Leah, can you call a place or two and get us a price on a tree cut?
Any preferences or anybody you recommend? We know that we want to give money to instead of not big.
I mean, the only one I know around here close is Eddie's. I don't know any of them.
No, I
Asplund,
know.
I tried calling them one time and I never could get them. That's like
The only
some,
one I know is Williams. He's over there in Gosport, right across the street from me.
do you do that?
They do tree trimming, Williams tree trimming, or tree service or something.
Might have money too.
Okay.
Okay,
Main thing is to make sure they're insured.
okay.
They get us a copy of that, so I don't care, just
How many quotes you want?
what, 2?
2 or 3, yeah. At least 2. So the only thing I have is, well, we talked about it at the work session, but the basketball court and the gym,
I'm off forgetting the one thing,
the screen and, the
Yeah,
screen and recoat
yep.
for $6,790.
I know Counselor Cunningham feels the same way. She made that very clear. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's one I would vote for. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
pay the 42,000 to get it completely redone.
well, that'd be all of our operating money for the
Yeah,
year on that one.
Do you know how long it takes to do that?
they said they would need it for 3 days. So I will need,
There's basketball on Monday and Thursday.
well, just, when does that end? Do you,
Yeah, because we said March
yeah,
in our last meeting, yeah.
I would tell them they couldn't do it before March, but I would need to have, I would say, they said they needed 3 days, but I would just say a whole week. So if we can, because I don't have access to that calendar, so.
Right now, she has nothing scheduled in March. That's our town board meeting.
Nothing scheduled in March at
Nothing
all.
Scheduled in March.
Then I will see, I'll email them tomorrow and tell them which one we want to do. So I might have to email you the quote and have you sign it and email it back, but. And then I'll just tell them to pick sometime in March that they can do it and let us know, and we'll,
I did make an entry on the calendar for April 11th, a Saturday. The fire department is going to have their breakfast again, April 11th. 8 to 11. I think I put 7 on here. That gives it, yeah, 7 to 11. That gives us time to go in and prep, and then it's done at 10, and then we got an hour cleanup. So, Tommy can sanction it or go with it or add to it or whatever. But with Monroe Fire District, going to be taking over January 1 of 27. The fire department is not looking at really doing any much fundraising. There's really no need to, because it's not going to be going for anything. But I would, yeah. And we have 4 that we are planning on: the breakfast, the hog roast, the alumni banquet, and trunk or treat.
so what's going to happen with the alumni banquet going forward after this year?
Well, hopefully we can get
I
the
mean, the
park
district-
and the
The
community
district keeps
center.
all that stuff going. Like they still do the Wilmington Township breakfast with the bunny and all that type of stuff. They still keep all that stuff going. So there's probably a good possibility that'll continue just with,
Alumni banquet, I'm gonna first ask if the park and the community center wants to do it to make money. I think
Well, I
that,
think that
keeping it here,
the
'cause-
town keep doing it, or the
Yeah.
park board, because it was a deal between
yeah,
them and the town.
so I think that part of it I'd like to keep here, because God knows we need the money for here. So, but with that said, and I kind of like said a little bit last night at the fire meeting, and Tommy talked about it and others, and Debbie, I know had brought it up. I would like to see us doing stuff throughout the entire year. The one thing that Tommy brought up, I think it was you, like we had, or maybe it was Bobby, the hog roast we did, we're not there to make money. We're having it done, we're paying the expense and just inviting the community to come in and have fun. So it's not to
last
make
year,
money, because we're not
for
doing
a lot
it.
of years.
This
Also
is-
our 70th year. on
This is
top
our
of that,
70th
so.
year closing out, so,
It's always, I think.
yeah. So, but I think
I
we
don't think we're
need
gonna be
to,
looking at
do
making
something
much
throughout
of
the
a
whole year.
profit on any of our stuff this year. It's gonna
No.
be kind of a thank you for supporting us for the last 70 years.
this is our year to do the food at the trunk or treat. Debbie suggested we give the money,
He did.
or, oh, it was you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it'll have to go to the membership, but I
It's just-
suggested that.
Suggested just giving it to the Lions Club and let them having it, because it's out there. They'll do the food and pay the expense, but she gets profit.
Take meals, I know they need the money just as much,
Yeah.
so.
Hey,
Is this the new guy?
Adjourn the meeting.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you made it just in time for adjournment.
I should have slammed that gavel down.
Hey, Brent, you made it just in time for adjournment. No, I'm kidding. Hey, just to touch base. Has anything happened since the work session regarding the lights, ceiling tiles and all that discussion?
That's on me.
That's her.
We went to Menards. I'm on the account now. I need to measure unless you guys know what size they are and what color and what design. Are they the same as this?
They're bigger.
Yeah, these are squares. There's a long one
Okay,
that's in
so
there.
I need to do
Like
that
two of
stuff
them, yeah.
and go pick those up. Went to the bank to get plastic to order stuff online. Gonna take a couple weeks. They've shipped them out. They won't
Okay,
give a business card for the account.
Right.
okay.
So that is on the way.
But the ball's been pushed down the hill and it's starting to roll.
It's rolling.
Okay,
It's rolling.
that's all I wanted to know.
Slow rolling.
That's
Now,
fine.
is the light something that can go ahead and be ordered or get the stuff drawn up for at the gym? For that company that we're gonna get them?
I think that's what you gotta have the plastic.
Okay, I didn't know if they had to like, hey, what kind in there?
PO, if you're okay doing a PO. I've never ordered.
Purchase order? I haven't even tried either. I just assumed they wanted carded payment, so I'll look at that.
Okay,
I can look
Cool.
at that. and-
I appreciate
Sometimes
it.
it's more trouble than it's worth.
I know, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the bank last week, so it's already been a week.
No, that's fine. I just wanted,
oh, yeah.
No, that's
Didn't know-
good.
No, I'm glad it's going. Yeah, cool. Appreciate that. All right, anything else?
I don't have anything. Unless Brent's got something he wants to bring up that,
Anything from the police department on the regular stuff here?
I wasn't on Teams, but did we cover ordinances or anything?
Not yet, no.
I said we needed to, but I left it.
Do we want to do that at me or we just want to talk in there?
I would just,
Do you have a date in mind? That's.
let's just adjourn the meeting and we'll.
All right, does anybody have anything else? No. All right, well, thanks, everybody. Brand new. We're adjourned.